They should call the place Rug and Tug. That's actually a pretty good name. Or Tug and what does he call it?
Rug and Tug.
Rug and Tug.
Welcome to Rug and Tug.
Rub and Tug.
Rub and Tug.
Rug and Tug is the lesbian version.
So let's spend the first 10 minutes talking about posture.
Look at this bag of... Look at this CPAP in a chair, dude.
What the hell? First thing, I wore this shirt as a tribute to you, even though you'd play drums.
Yeah, I was about to say, what? That's like putting a harmonica on your shirt. Be like, this is for you, David. Music's all the same, right? All these instruments do the same thing.
Of all people, you should know the difference.
Yeah, I didn't mean for you to get dressed up in your Sunday best. I can see your ball bag hanging out of your shorts for starters.
Oh, my God, you can. Sorry.
Jesus Christ, man. What are those? Did you steal this from John McEnroe in the 80s? They got a ball hanging out of him, man. I can't even make eye contact with this man.
John Bird's been through a lot.
I mean, has he ever, dude?
Yeah.
Stop staring at my balls.
Guy, dude, I know why everybody wants you now. I get it.
It's been a lot. He's had a traumatizing few months. Life has really thrown him a curveball. Glad you were able to come back on the show. We got a big event tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. And I'm glad you are on a big network now.
Yes, the Bubba Army Podcast Network. That's a big deal for us.
That is. How did y'all get on that? Did y'all like to have to sell like Girl Scout cookies, or what did y'all do?
I just messaged the producer on Twitter, and it was like, "Hey, can we be on your podcast?"
See, that's why it shows you people. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Mm-hmm. He probably thought he was not even going to get a response, much less get on the network, and here he is.
Well, it started off with I don't remember why I originally hit him up. It was just, I'm a fangirl when it comes to Bubba's show and have been for years. And you're one of the few people, because he's never really been on in Alabama, but you know him.
Through
you
Stern. Yeah,
through Howard Stern. And so I noticed that they had a show on there that was kind of an outside show that just jumped in called Tig's Bits. And I was like, well, let me reach out to these guys to see how they got on. And he was like, well, it's just kind of by accident. We were talking about them on our show one time, and one of their guys saw it, and they asked us if we wanted to be a part of the network. And so that's when I was like, well, if they can get on like that, let me just hit them up. And sure enough, they brought us on board.
That's what happens in open mic comedy. People see people on stage, and they're like, man, I'm pretty sure I could fart into that mic and get more laughs than this guy.
Yeah.
What got you up there. He's like, look, I hate talking to people.
It's a difference.
It's weird how paranoid this guy gets, like talking to people and being in public. Mm-hmm. And you have no idea how many people you're talking to every day, just thousands upon thousands.
Yeah, but I'll have to see them. So I don't know what it is. I don't know.
People, no, it's not you. People are just beyond weird.
Yeah, that's
like
part of it.
Socially awkward. Don't pick up on social cues. You got your close talkers. You always have close talkers at radio events.
Yep.
They got to tell you how you changed their life, and you're like, man, what's going on with your life if I changed it, dude? That's crazy.
Well, we found out today through a listener text in and said that we were big in the rehab community, like addicts and drunks.
Of course you are, guys. Of course you are.
I found my people, my peeps.
That's why Bubba welcomed y'all with open arms.
Yeah,
He's like, man, I heard about how big you are crushing it in the rehab.
Well, you said we're big in the landscaping community as well.
Yeah.
Every time you go into a landscaping store, you said they're playing us.
Oh yeah, they are out there. Argo Power Equipment, shout out. They are definitely like they got you in their ears. That which is a funny thing that I think they do when customers come in griping about stuff. They're not even listening to them. They just looking at what they have in their hand. We'll fix it, whatever. Mm-hmm. They got y'all in their ears the whole time.
Well, that's what I think. Because like today, I did a story towards the end of the show. We do that wheel of segments. And the segment was, where your clothes at? So it's about naked people or some variation. And one of the stories was about this problem they're having in Seattle where this park has been overtaken by public masturbators. All right? Mm-hmm. And because I didn't want to say that word over and over on the air, I changed it to polishing the banister. And so, every time the word came up, that's what I'd say. And
classy.
I think like when people are playing us in their store or in their lobby, and I'm talking about polishing the banister many, many times, what do the customers think?
I don't know. What does this office stand for? What does this company stand
Where
on?
are your morals, sir?
Well, if it was in a furniture store, then it might not be a big deal.
Right.
Because if it's in code, polishing a banister.
Oh, yeah.
They're probably like, how did this ever become political? Like, how did jerking off become political? You know? Everything is today, and we're proving it to you.
The story is that there was a group complaining about how much it was happening, but then the city's pushing back, and they're like, well, this is a park that's a safe place for the LGBTQ community. And I'm like, can we not separate the LGB with the polishing the banister?
Are we lumping everybody into that? That really does a disservice to everybody that's trying to get equality.
I mean, if they're LGBT, like, let them hang unless they're beaten off, and then say that's where we draw the line.
It's like picture everybody in a Volkswagen, and they got to let that guy in because he falls under their banner. They're like, man, I don't know if I'm fighting for this cause anymore.
That ruins all the groups.
But the weird thing is, now, they would be, it would be a matter of sexism, wouldn't it be, if polishing the banister was only applied to the LGBTQFGNO5s? What about regular people?
I don't even know what it really is, but I know those letters were wrong that he just said. I'm really uneducated, but I was like, something didn't roll off your tongue right. I don't think that's the right.
I never bothered to
Well,
learn
you're
it.
saying if regular people are polishing the banister.
I guess they wouldn't be regular if they were out.
I mean,
in public,
straight people is what I mean. Just say regular people. Yeah, I would imagine that you got to put a stop to that as well.
I mean, is this all guys there, or is there like women too, or what's the deal with this park?
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
all
I never
guys,
said.
I'm sure.
It's probably all guys.
Well, I mean, if they're polishing the banister, the other way would be paddling the pink canoe, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, but then what about if you're like claim to be a woman, you got that trans thing going, you identify. Well, then is it the canoe? Is it the banister?
I don't know. You'd have to really inspect that,
I mean,
John
could you
Bird.
use the canoe?
Yo, I didn't know I was going to have to put on boots to walk through this today.
You have to get up close and look.
What kind of path are y'all walking me down? Y'all been talking about this on the radio?
Yeah, this is actually what we were talking about.
That's crazy.
Since this is your first appearance on the podcast since joining the Bubba Army Network, I think off the top we need to tell people where to find you. Not that they like you yet, but they may get a little further into this podcast.
Oh, they better, dude. I worked so hard for people to like me. Why do you think I started doing stand-up comedy? I'm fighting for all of your attention. Look, just follow me. And I don't really care, but just follow me if you don't mind.
You're a comedian, a drummer, a kidney transplant recipient.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
I'm hanging on by a thread, guys. You can't get rid of me.
By the way, every time I pee and I see bubbles in the urinal, I get freaked out. I start getting a pain in my side because of what you told us. It freaks me out.
That's book material. I mean, give it a few more years for more bad stuff to happen. But then I think you got some memoirs.
Well, you can't do any kind of book if you don't have enough people that care about what you're going to write about. There's not enough people. Try as I may. Yeah, he's bringing up I am David Lynham on Instagram.
What do you prefer people to follow? Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one I get most interaction on Facebook. But really, Facebook, if we're just being honest with everybody here probably listening, it's just old boomers complaining. It's all negativity.
That's true.
I'm trying to build up this Instagram.
And don't forget, there's also the young Asian female community is really strong on there, too, because I get a lot of friend requests.
From young Asians?
Bird, I got something to tell you. Are y'all going to tell them or you're going to make me shoot the message?
Listen, we've heard that 100 times. We just let it go.
Okay.
We just let it go.
You don't know how algorithms work and how...
Algorithms. All I know is that they like my look. That's all I'm going to say. They like the look.
By the way, spell check gets me out of algorithm every time I have to type it. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Gun to head right now, if they were like, we're killing your mama, I'd be like, I love you, Mom. I love you.
Wait,
baby.
spelling
It's
the
algorithm.
word?
You got to get on my back.
You're spelling the word algorithm?
Yeah.
Try it.
Algorithm?
Yeah.
ALGORIHTHMOI. Shit, it started so good.
Maybe if you didn't walk into it with such arrogant confidence.
Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't have been
You really pushed through that.
Yeah, you tried to
rushed
say it like the Micro Machine Man, like you're at the end of a lawyer commercial. Why don't you slow it down there?
ALGO. RYTHM.
Is that it? Tony Gump?
What? How did I become the judge?
Well, I don't know.
of this?
You're
Sitting
a
in front
smart
of them
guy.
8 computers over there. We figured maybe you'd be utilizing one of them to spell check this dummy.
You're the smart guy.
I did it. So
All
I
right.
did it.
Spell it again.
He,
Don't look.
Yeah,
Not
he got it
again.
right. He got it right.
Is
Okay.
it is RY, it's not a RI?
Oh, it is R-I. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's L-A-G-O-R-I.
But see, I spell it with a Y too. That's why.
Because, and you know why? You got rhythm. You're a drum seat musician.
Yeah, maybe people think I'm just being creative when I misspell it. They're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
this
put like
drummer.
you replace an S with a Z at the end of a word. It's
That's
one of
a
those.
black thing. That's
Yeah.
that's not a drummer thing.
Now, I did just find a band that uses the other spelling for the name of their band. It's called Algorithm.
Oh yeah.
Wonder what their music sounds like.
Yeah, let me take a stab. Are we R&B?
I don't know.
Just looks like 3 white dudes.
They got Driftwood.
I say that Tower of Power's all white guys, and they've got the craziest rhythm section you'll ever hear.
Well,
Anyway, but it's spelled with an I.
I love you. I'm sitting right across from you. I'm looking at the monitor. I just noticed your thing says wrestling is real.
oh yeah, dude. I figured you'd appreciate this. Not that you watch wrestling, but you hang out with a bunch of wrestling people.
I mean, everybody I know likes wrestling. I am ground zero for the person that doesn't really.
And I don't.
watch it.
We don't watch it a lot. I used to watch it all the time back in its heyday. But like when there's a big event like WrestleMania or something, we'll watch it. And so Trish was ordering Peyton one of these, and I was like, "Well, that's kind of cool. Why don't you order me one?" And on the back, it's got a snapshot from a previous episode of wrestling where it's The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott all standing next to each other.
Oh, that's about the time I stopped liking wrestling is when I thought wrestling and Santa Claus were real about the same time in my life. Once I realized both of them were real.
Dude, I kept it going to my early 30s.
Did you find
You
out
would
at the
look at
same
people
time?
dead in their eye, telling them that they're seriously mad at each other. You had no idea they're having beers after the match.
Oh, no. I mean, I knew that. I've run into Ric Flair a couple times.
Yeah.
And, I mean.
And he got slapped.
No,
right across the chest.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
But,
He acts like he's in his phone right now.
but the thing is, the pain.
Ric Flair, take your call right now. Hand to God if you called it.
No, but I mean, that stuff's, it may be theatrical, but it's very painful.
That's not, you know what I meant when I said not real. Of course, they're bashing chairs. There's blood. I know that's real.
He means the storylines are not real. You know.
What the hell are you talking about?
Who's got the best finishing move ever?
Wahoo McDaniel.
Jimmy's Superfly Snuka. That was my.
Oh, Jim. Oh, yeah.
I think it's Chris Benoit.
Oh man, yeah.
Double. I think a homicide.
He took out his
suicide
whole
is-
family with that
Yeah,
finishing
man.
move.
homicide drop.
Chris gets a hold of everybody. It's lights out for everybody, including.
Listen, it's been long enough, okay?
Hey,
We can
look.
start joking about it.
Hey guys, that's my one wrestling bit I got. Thank you. Follow me, and I am David Light. All your listeners are like, "How about he can suck it, dude?" We
I'm
hate
out.
this
Good
guy.
night.
That's bad. That's bad.
What for real? What was his finishing move besides that one?
It was the crossface crippler. It was like a submission, like a hold. And I think he'd just get on top of them and like pull their neck back, like
Yeah.
probably what he did to
But
his
when you
family.
say wrestling is real, the fact that it caused that in his head, for sure, it's the.
Yeah, killing your family is definitely a real thing.
Well, not only that, but just what caused him to do it is from years of
Yeah,
like,
it's CTE.
really getting hit in the head.
CTE,
not
yeah.
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know it was last year when I found out you couldn't diagnose CTE while the person's still alive? I mean, my
Really?
whole podcast made fun of me like big time. I said it in front of Steve-O. I go, has he been tested yet for CTE? And CTE kind of, Steve-O goes, I don't think they can test for that until you're dead. And I was like, nah, buddy, I think you're wrong. Like, I was real.
You're real confident
I
about
think
it.
you've been hit in the head too many times there, Steve-O, and I come to find out you cannot diagnose.
Like all you got to
it.
do is go to the doctor and let him run some labs.
I thought they could run a test. I really did think that they could do that.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know that either.
Do you really? You don't even.
I
Are
just-
you kidding me? You guys, I didn't.
I mean,
either.
what
I had
other?
no
what,
idea.
What other problems? What
Shut
other
up, algorithm
diseases?
with a Y. Shut the hell up. What are you over there in your white coat?
I mean, what else is there where you can't test them until they're dead? Like, Is there any other disease or ailment?
I think you could just look at Steve-O and know he already has the problem.
No, he's
you know.
very, very, very well put together.
but some of the stuff he's been through.
Oh, for
I
sure.
mean,
He said it on our pod. He goes, I can't do the stuff I used to do anymore. So I have to, do stunts like getting fake boobs or something like that because it's
which didn't even work out, did it?
No, it didn't. But he just can't. At 50 years old, your body starts. I mean, my body's turning on me at a level that I can't trust myself to go on a more than 3-mile walk or I'll shit myself. I mean, it's.
How old are you now?
I'm 48.
Ooh,
and
48.
Staring down the barrel of 50. I remember being like 13 years old, and if somebody died at 50, I would have just assumed it was of natural causes. You know? Like, they're not going to do an autopsy, right? He just died because
Not going to check him for CTE or anything.
No.
He's 50.
No.
Let me tell you what. 48 was a bad year for me. That whole period of my life was difficult. And now at 61.
Did you call it 61?
Yeah, I don't do that.
He won't call it 61.
I will stay in my 40s and 50s until I die. So I'll be 85. You know,
By the way, young people think 50 and 60 is the same age.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it's not.
They're
not looking at you different. You got glasses with blue tint on them, so they're not. You're like Ronnie from the Stern Show.
Everything looks the same when you're wearing your CPAP mask.
I went to Zenny and spent so much money on these glasses. I said, you know what? I've had shitty glasses for so long. Give me the works. And I didn't know that they put this weird ass blue tint, red tint stuff that shows up in every picture, and my iPhone won't work because it won't read my face because of that.
Oh yeah, and pretty soon your hair's going to match the blue tint on your glasses.
Yeah.
You'll be down at Jack's in the morning talking about how you used to knock it down when you were young.
Oh hell!
I used to clean them women up when I was young.
Back when I was in a band.
There's always one
Get
of
that
those.
lion's attention so he's looking at another gazelle. He's eating me up.
You're a big famous musician. What are you doing up at 6 a.m. at Jack's? He's going to be like, man, this market's hard out there. They're not booking acoustic acts anymore. He's going to call his new act In Bed by 7. Dude. Hey, book me, man. I'm called In Bed by 7. So obviously, we ain't doing no 9:30 bullshit at the club.
That's his next album. In Bed by 7.
Man's on a roll.
So when you turn 40, which is where I'm headed this summer, am I supposed to go like get physicals or checkups or?
No, because 40 was the new. I mean, 50's the new 40, really, because of medicine.
But I thought there were some guidelines, like when you turn 40, you have to do X, Y, and Z.
You will start losing your vision if you have not already. Yeah. 40 is when it magically started going, and you don't realize it till you're about 42, but it starts at 40, and by 42 in the morning, you're like, it's not just sleep in my eye. You have this realization at some point where you cannot read what's in your phone.
I specifically need confirmation from a doctor, because if I think that I've got something wrong, just like the kidney thing where I told you, I'm noticing the foam in my pee and then my side starts hurting.
Yeah.
Like I need a doctor to check me from top to bottom and say, you're good, dude. You don't have any problems.
You don't want to do that.
And that'll help me mentally.
No, it won't.
So at least you're not opposed to going to the doctor, because so many people are like that. Do you see how big my texts are? I mean, look at that camera.
Dang.
Show it to the camera.
Look at that.
You can read my text from right there. Isn't that crazy?
Huge.
I know. I'm on a thread with like degenerate people, and I'll be on an airline sitting middle seat because I'm garbage. And and my friends will be texting me horrendous shit, and there's person to my left and person to my right, and I act like I should be worried about them. It's the person across the aisle that can read my shit. You know, it's really where it's. So I need to get that thing you can put on your screen that makes it not visible from left to right.
Oh yeah, like a cover, screen cover deal.
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about maybe one of those things we used to have on our Game Boys that magnifies it. You remember?
Yeah.
You clip it to the front of your phone.
Yeah, I need one of those on my phone.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of 40, when I turned 40, that was the first time the doctor, not the scope, but she put her finger up my anus to check for polyps or something like that.
Yeah.
And I still haven't looked at it.
Hold on, stop. Back up. She?
You had a she?
Yes, a she.
Oh, well, what? How much did you have to pay to get one of those?
You had the good
'Cause
insurance.
I'm pretty sure I got fingered by a dude.
I think it was it's $25 copay on that one.
Oh, well, that's lucky. That's quite a bargain. You ever been to the massage parlor down the street? It's about $1.50 for
The weird thing is, though, she's friends with my wife, and ever since that incident, when I go and she's still my doctor, so every time I'm like, it's like the only person ever that's done that.
Did she ever ask her what it was like?
No, when I was all nervous at first, she's like, I'm a professional. And I'm like, I don't care.
Don't tense up.
She came back in the room and he's smoking. He's like, that was nice.
Put him back on cigarettes.
She wore gloves, right?
Oh, yeah.
How hilarious.
Man.
I dreaded that.
How many fingers?
That's weird for a dentist to do, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you're sitting back there and you feel like 3 fingers go, I don't think my palms are that bad.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was one. I wouldn't know the difference, but probably just one.
It seems like you would be able to like have a lineup of doctors and pictures of their hands where you could be like, I'll take that one there. Because
I was not a fan of the swirl though. They like stick their finger and then they have to feel around.
Oh man!
Didn't like the swirl.
Do I have to do that at 40?
It's recommended by your
every
doctor.
3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks.
They have a.
I'm getting hard, guys. I wish y'all stop talking about it. No, for real. They had me, instead of a colonoscopy, go do this thing called Cologuard, which I don't know if y'all done it before. But
Yeah, I think you told us about it. What's the deal on that?
You drop a deuce in a box. I didn't know it was legal to mail feces to people. I could have been settling debts a long time ago. Is what I discovered when I was like, man, you can mail people feces.
Well, people already sell farts in a jar and mail it. Why can't you just
Yeah, it's
poop
just
in
like
a jar and then mail that and sell
Is
it?
that how you making money? Ever since they let you go off the show?
It's complete.
I got a lot of different revenue streams, my friend.
OnlyFans is the wild, wild west. You
Yeah.
can chip a lot of stuff, and that's what he does. You've seen
Dr.
Dr.
Dingling.
Dingling, right?
Oh yeah,
You remember that?
yeah.
Chicks only. But yeah, it's pretty good. Dude, I
It's working out for him.
I got 2 subscribers. I don't know why I can't get them on board. I need to do more promotion.
If they're sub, they're on board.
You mean more people besides the 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, and they don't look that good. I mean, I want hot. I've got it.
Hey, are you the
friends.
piece of shit out there judging your followers that were nice enough to sub to your channel? And you're like,
No.
Really? I got a bunch of 3s following me around looking at my feet pics.
I've got the answer. I've got the answer. I'll go to Facebook and all of my young Asian female friends, I will get them to sign up.
Second time he's used an Asian reference, dude. By the way,
He's into that.
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
tell. I could tell. I got a buddy of mine that visits those parlors a lot.
Really?
Yeah. And what's funny is he happened to get an Asian girlfriend. And of course, the first thing we said when we saw him was like, oh, you ain't turning a hoe into a housewife, are you? You didn't pick this one up from the parlor, did you? And he was like, no, I did not. And we kept going, yeah, he did. He definitely
Yeah, he totally did.
I can change her.
Yeah, honey, I can take you out of this. With the skills you have, I can get you doing something.
Pretty
yard
woman.
workers.
You can't take the massage parlor out of the Asian.
It's a pretty woman scenario.
Yeah.
I've never been to one though. I act like I'm bragging. I definitely would have.
Have you thought about it though?
Yeah,
I mean, if you
Well, I
been on
thought-
the road and thought, I can try
I mean,
it out.
he rationalized it pretty well to me. I mean, the thing I just couldn't get over is like, I don't want to go in right at closing. I definitely want to hit that place. When do y'all open? At 10 a.m.? I'd like to be in that lot at 9:30, just like waiting for doors to open. I don't want to follow him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to follow him. I see all blue glasses walking out of the damn place. I was like, man, there ain't no telling what kind of mule cock he's
I'm
packing
never
on.
with these again.
Now, this is interesting. Speaking of the Chinese or whatever, I had an employee working for me one time in Tampa that went on a lunch break and never came back. And it turns out where he went, it was called the Jade Spa. And
they got raided.
They raided the place during his lunch break, and he was there getting a massage.
Oh, that's not good.
You know why that never, it rarely happens, which I would be paranoid about that too, walking in there. The reason it rarely happens is the people in charge of shutting that down are usually their clients. you know?
That would prevent it.
That's what I've heard from people that, like, the city people that that are supposed to be shutting it down, they're not shutting.
Boy,
it
you'd
down.
lose a biz owner quick if they cops come busting up in there in the middle of your massage.
Yeah.
It'd be over with. There's nothing that Asian masseuse could do
That's
to
a
bring
bad
you back.
ending. Bad ending. Yeah.
I got a friend of mine that flies to Orlando once a month to go to one.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the deal with the one in Orlando? Is it?
That's
just,
what I said.
Is it
I was
high end?
like, is it worth climbing on a Spirit airplane in this climate? It's like with planes burning down all the time. Is it worth it to go there? And he was like, brother, he just looked at me. He got real serious. And he was like, would I fly to Orlando if it wasn't worth it? And I was like, yeah, I think you might. I was like, that's why I'm asking. He was like, no, it's definitely worth it. There's
Wow.
like 3 girls down there I'm literally in love with. And I was like, oh, that must be tragic to have such an immature emotional skill
You're
and to
right.
block yourself from falling in love with a rub and tug artist or whatever they're called.
Yeah, the person you're in love with, you have to pay to spend 20 minutes with them. Like, how long does these things even last?
I laugh at calling them artists, but I bet you people that walk out of there are like, no, they're artists. Compared to my wife, they're an artist. You know?
They should call the place Rug and Tug. That's actually a pretty good name. Or
Yeah.
Tug and what is he called?
Rug and Tug.
Rug and Tug.
Welcome to Rug and Tug.
Rub and tug.
Rub and Tug.
Rug and tug is the lesbian version. All right, guys, follow me. I am David Lynham on Instagram.
Yeah, that's hard to top.
What about the Super Stroker?
The Super Stroker.
Well,
that seems like a maneuver they would use.
That seems like somewhere you'd want to fly.
Well, you're rubbing people's face in the fact of what you're doing. Like, look at us, na boo boo. You won't come catch us, but
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So how excited are you about the hack and forth?
being in the big room, it's great. But I knew we couldn't sell it out because it's
Too
hard
many
to.
seats.
Yeah, it's 385 seats in that place, and
Well, I thought it was bizarre when you hit me up and you're like, "Why don't you give away some tickets on the radio?" And I'm like, "Well, you want to have to tell me how many?" And you were like, "As many as you can."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn."
give away 800 and hope that 285.
And you finally gave me a number. You was like,
Yeah.
somewhere around 300 would be good.
No, we have sold 100, but we got it's not even halfway full. So
Well, and here's the thing is like, we had plenty of people reach out and say, "I want to go. I want tickets." The question is going to be, and we'll have more tomorrow,
yeah.
but do these people actually show up, or they just wanted to be like, "I want a radio contest.
Buddy,
Look at me."
My whole life of playing in a band, and all my buddies saying they're coming and don't come.
Yeah.
You get immune to it. You don't like when you see them, and they're awkward about hanging out with you again because they're like, "I didn't show up," and I was like, "Buddy, trust me, I have already forgotten about it the night of the show." But it's crazy. I was trying to get the Pope to come show up, but
He's busy.
he died. Who are they going to get to replace the Pope? Have they replaced him already?
Well, Donald Trump was asked earlier today who he thinks should replace the Pope, and he said, "Me, I'd like to be the Pope."
He wants to be. Who would want to be in charge of fucking relocating all those pedophiles? That's a tough job, and it's a lot to sign on for.
It is. I don't think he's got time for that.
Yeah, no.
But he did, straight up. He was like, "I'd like to be the Pope."
I want to see him release the JFK files.
Yeah,
I've been waiting decades.
I think what's out there.
I mean, we all know it had to have been CIA and all that.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. I think what they have released is about as far as it's going to go. I think there's more, but I think it's been destroyed.
Yeah, Trump's been shot at. He's like, I don't know if I need the CIA against me along with everybody else.
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the guy that there was a congressman announced yesterday that he's starting articles of impeachment against Trump, 7 different charges to impeach the president. It's this guy right here.
He looks like. Let me be careful here and choose my words carefully. Y'all just got on a new network. It does look like Jimmy Fallon with a wig on.
It
to me.
It looks like an SNL character.
Actually, it's like Jimmy Fallon with a tint of brown makeup to him and a wig on.
And I'm not being mean about this, but he does look like he's got a little bit of a downs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like he dodged and it barely nicked it.
yeah,
It
just
got
nicked
a little
him.
bit.
Nicked him.
And here's what he sounds like.
This is Congressman Shree.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Donald Trump
Stop,
has
man.
already
Stop.
done
You got it. When
damage
you
to our democracy. But defying a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling, that has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully deported.
You know, Trump should come out and said, "Who's Donald Trump?"
Yeah.
I've never heard of that guy.
If you got a mission, who got together and be like, who selected this guy as your spokesperson?
He had to have done it on his own, and it was just like, you know, I'm going to go ahead and impeach Donald Trump. Oh, here's the footage. This is actually the second
background to a 7-Eleven. Is that?
He made a second video. Here he is.
Who did this? Is this you?
Donald J. Trump. It's time we impeach
He's got scratch-off tickets.
Trump. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump.
That's actually the second video he made about the impeachment.
Oh my
Because
God.
the first one was so widely successful and everybody's talking about it, he went and did another one after he got to work.
Did he really do it from a 7-Eleven counter?
No.
That's genius. That is hilarious, man.
No, these people are so full of themselves in Washington, they'd never have any sort of self-deprecation. Like,
Oh
they
no!
can't do it.
And that would be like, I would legit be like, hear him out, guys. Now he does have a sense of humor. Like, his calls may be going nowhere, but we got to give him some style points for being behind a 7-Eleven counter.
But you have to impeach Donald J. Trump.
Oh no, I didn't know it. I don't ever watch the news, so I miss stuff like that. But
Yeah.
what?
Could
Oh,
that have
that's
happened
brand
2
new.
years ago?
Good what?
Could someone have done something like that 2 years ago?
What? Go to a 7-Eleven?
The comedy.
Just add in the
Like that.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was going on.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. You mean like cancel culture?
Just the whole, because I mean things had gotten really, really bad by last.
Well, that was
year.
more a couple years ago. That was really the Me Too movement more than it was that.
I'm glad we're getting back to the generation that we grew up in, where
You make
nothing's
fun
really
of
on.
everybody.
Yeah, you can get back to using the R word.
In
and all
my
this.
friend group, it's a show of affection. If we're not shitting on you,
No, y'all will hurt some. If
Yeah.
a random person comes into y'all's group, somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt.
yeah.
Like,
I
y'all
mean,
are
one of the
brutal.
first things we like to do is when you're holding one of your drinks is just knock it out of your hand and be like, "Got you, bitch," and they're like, "What?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, man, you're in the club. You're in the fucking club."
It's
cabin."
probably like living at the fish tank house 24/7. Did you ever see that Fish Tank?
Mm-mm.
It's a reality show that's only online. You know Sam Hyde?
Where have I heard that name?
He does some stand up comedy, but he's just kind of he's a wacky dude that's just done a bunch of stuff. This is him right here. That
no.
doesn't look like him really that much. That one to the right though. Yeah, that's him.
No, I hadn't
You
seen
don't
him.
ever remember him. So he will end up buying a house, or I guess renting a house and wiring it with all these cameras and stuff, and then take 10 autistic Gen Z contestants and put them in the house together and just screw with them for like 6 weeks, and the last one to survive wins $50,000 or something.
Yeah.
But the best part of it is in the house with each, you can go on their website and you can just pick which camera you want to watch at any time 24/7 while
Yeah.
they're awake, asleep, whatever. Each camera has got a speaker where it is connected to text to speech. So you can go on the website and you can pay money to have the computer say what you want it to say to the people in that particular room.
Yeah.
And it's some of the funniest stuff. Because we did it one time live on a podcast. We did text to speech, and we were like, I don't remember what we said.
You can't sleep in that room, right? Because it's constantly going. People from all over.
Yeah, sometimes
it.
it's just constantly going. We put in Michelle Obama has a penis or something.
Yeah.
Like we just
and
bunch of crazy stuff.
that's where J.
Yeah, people would if they had extra characters left when they type it out, because you spent money on it, you don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
They would just put the letter J over and over and over. So the text to speech speaker would be like J. They'd start slurring because it just kept going. J. And we started doing that on the show. Now the listeners do it all the time when they
Oh, do
text
they?
in. They're
Now,
like,
didn't
hey
the
now,
last-
J.
Didn't the last season that guy was, I guess, polishing his banister?
Oh, my
on
God,
that camera?
yeah.
That really crazy guy.
Yeah, I think he
Y'all
got
are
in
sticking
trouble.
with that phrase. That's hilarious.
Well, I didn't want to call it what it was. So
Yeah, you're on the pod now. You can say jerking off.
Jerking off. Yeah, but it's fascinating. It was like Big Brother for deranged white people, I guess.
Do y'all know anything about the Sausage Castle? Because I guarantee you, the people out of Tampa do.
Sausage Castle.
Mike Busey Sausage Castle. I've been to it. Laser.
That doesn't sound like a place I really want to go.
I've
honestly.
never heard of it.
Oh
And I
no!
lived there for
Pull
a
it
while.
up. Pull it up. It's just outside of Orlando, but a lot of people in Florida know about this guy.
Huh.
He owns a campground, and then he owns this place called Sausage Castle, and he has the wildest party. His name's Mike Busey. We stayed at this place. That's the entrance to it right there.
Dang.
And dude, he's got wild toys, all kinds of stuff everywhere.
Oh,
dude,
man.
we've stayed in that house one night. I have stayed in that house.
I have seen this
He
somewhere.
has porn stars filming OnlyFans material on pool tables. That was going on when I walked in. It was like we were supposed to stay there all weekend, but after one
They
night,
got some wrestling.
yeah, they do everything out there, man. It is wild. He'll blow up stuff. He has helicopters come and fly stuff. That's
there
him. That's Mike.
documentary about it?
I mean, the guy.
This looks like a promo for a documentary.
Yeah, the guy cranks out content like crazy.
Oh.
Everybody's been down there. Anytime you go through Florida and you're looking for a party, he throws a couple of raves a year, and he does. I mean, dude, the wildest. After staying there one night, I was like, man, I'm 50 years old. I can't stay here another night. This is just too much.
How do you get to stay there? Is it a hotel?
He'll reach out to you. I mean, if you're famous, he gets in touch with people. I mean, famous people come up
So you
there
can only
all
stay
the
there
time.
if he reaches out to
Well,
you?
no, you could stay in the campground part anytime. The campground is, if you were going, I mean, if you were taking the kids to Disney World,
Drop
I
them
would
off at the park
Oh, no,
and-
no. I mean, you could go there because it's kind of tame on that side, but there is this side that's like crazy stunts being filmed and all. I mean, I don't know where he gets all his money, but he throws. He's got a tour bus parked outside. There's airplanes like parked in the yard, like they just crashed into it. It looks crazy. And inside the house, man, I can't even begin to tell you. There's like stripper pole rooms. There's jacuzzis. It's like the redneck white trash Florida version of the Playboy Mansion, and the guy has chicks all over him all the time. In his bedroom, which we were in his bedroom, there's like guns just to the ceiling everywhere, AKs, all kinds of stuff.
Sounds like a good way to come home to some divorce papers. if
Dude,
you ask
I'm
me.
telling you, it wasn't that. You just can't sleep in a place that's got that much chaos going on. Like, he doesn't go to bed. He'll get up around 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and like he's up till noon.
That sounds like Fish Tank. I mean, but Fish Tank is not near what I saw going on in that video. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot more.
It's crazy, man. Music videos, hip hop guys love filming videos down there. All
bet.
kinds of stuff, dude. It's crazy, man. I don't know if you can ever go there.
And how did you end up down there?
Because Laser's friends with him, and he was like, we got off the plane, and he was like, just Uber over here. I'm at the Sausage Castle. I'll look at it from the airport.
You
It's
were
like an
like,
hour Uber.
Jay?
It's like $60-something. I was like,
Especially with your group of friends, if somebody says, hey, come
Cassio
over
was
here.
with me. He went.
Well, they say, come over here to the Sausage Castle. You got to assume that they're kind of making some gay
Right.
joke.
Yeah.
But you actually went to the Sausage Castle.
Well, I mean, Cassio FaceTimed me while I was at the airport, and he was like, look at this shit, brother. And he looked behind him, and there's a girl behind him on the pool table, and they were filming it, and he was like, crazy, man, get over here.
Cassio's never going to come on this podcast.
I mean, buddy, we'll just call him out. Like, seriously, Cassio, if you hate Andrew, he's got a phone number. You can just call him and tell him. You don't have to do this nonstop.
I don't have his phone number, so he'll have to tweet me or something.
Yeah, we'll get him on here. Cassio, you clip this out. Cassio, quit being a pile of garbage. Come down here and see your boy. It's a nice studio.
Who's the most famous person you're friends with? Is it Uncle Laser?
No.
Poor guy.
I mean, I know tons of musicians. I don't know.
Okay, most famous comedian that you know.
I mean,
Mine's probably Bubba the Love Sponge at this point.
Let's determine what does no mean. Is it just like, oh, hey, I'm so
Yeah.
and walk away, or is it like
No
you hang
means
out with them a
no.
little bit?
That's what the women say.
Rich Voss followed
Well,
me.
screw you then.
No
I was
means
just trying
no.
to set.
Follow me this week. Rich Voss did.
He was on Gutfeld on Fox News like a couple
Oh,
weeks
he goes
ago.
on a lot. He was talking about that. He loves that show.
Because he was the headliner at one of the events we went to at the comedy club, the showcase competition.
I don't know who I'm really good friends with. It's hard to tell because the people we've had in the studio were getting money to be there, and so when I see them in
Paid
the
friends.
wild, right? It was like I realized it was like a paid meet and greet.
So do you think they would like acknowledge you if you caught them in public?
I have. That's what I'm saying. I went to Skank Fest and saw all these comics that we've had in the studio, and they were like, "You ever had somebody come up to you and give you the old Andrew McLean? How you doing, buddy? You having a good time? Good to see you, man. I'm glad you're having fun. All right,
Yeah,
take care."
they get the fan treatment.
The old, and like it's one of those interactions where you can't walk off and go, "What a dick!" Like no, by no means were they assholes. They were just not like you weren't.
They just don't remember you.
No, they do remember you, but
company line.
you're just not one of the boys. You're not. You're not in the fence. You're outside the fence.
Well, and you've got to have that barrier too. Like in the radio business, you want to give everybody a little something, but there are certain people out there. If you give them too much, like they'll kind of latch onto you, and you got to be like, hey, let's keep it here.
Yeah, I've got a handful of people where you can't take that call because they'll be like, "Hey, man, what's up? What's up? Nothing, not much."
Yeah.
Oh God.
And it's that. All right, man. Well, what'd you call for? Not much, man. What's going on? Not much. All right.
What's going on with you?
All right. Well, if my mom had this kind of a drought in conversation, I'd wrap her up too. By the way, listen to this shit, dude. I have a story for you.
All right, here we go.
I
Here we
cannot
go.
wait.
Listen, my mother has a police scanner that she listens to. By the way, old people, cut it out. I don't know if it's a fad or a trend or if my mom's the only one doing it, but she listens to this damn trustful police scanner 24/7. I mean, all the time. So the other day, I told her my nephew's coming over and my brother, and they're going fishing. I was taking them fishing, Carrington Lakes in Trustful. Okay, so they go there and they're fishing, and now there's multiple lakes in this neighborhood. Over her scanner, she heard about an 8-year-old that had a life-threatening injury with a fish hook. So she calls me, and she's like, "Hey, did he have a life threat? Did Junior have an incident?" And I was like, "No, because his mom's here right now. We're sitting there hanging out. I'm sure if he had an incident,
You'd know.
my brother would have called."
Yeah.
I was like, "No, everything's fine." She was like, "Okay." And then they said they're rushing I hung up the phone with her. She listens on the scanner. They're rushing it to Children's Hospital to save its life. And she calls me back just to double check, and I don't answer because I didn't get the phone call. She calls my wife. My wife is visiting with a sister-in-law, and so that she doesn't answer the call. She calls my brother. He's fishing. He doesn't answer the call. My mother gets in her car and drives downtown trembling, crying, all the way to Children's Hospital.
No.
Goes in the hospital, asks about the kid that's being brought with the fish hook, and they was like, "He's not here yet." She beat the ambulance there. Nosy ass woman beats the ambulance there. Not only then, once they admit him, she gets a pass, puts a sticker on.
Oh.
Walks into the Asian kid's room, not even my brother's child, and walks in and immediately sees it's not him, goes back downstairs, asks where else he could be, and they told him the main hospital. She walks the entire hospital of the Children's Hospital looking for him, and then calls me back. Or I call her back because I saw I had a missed call, and I was like, "What do you want?" And she's like...
She's like, the fish hook turned him Haitian.
It wasn't him, but just the thought of something happening to that poor baby. I was like, "You are crazy, mother. You got to turn this damn thing off. Like, you can't listen
Here's
to
the
it."
problem. Didn't she used to listen to my show?
What? It was probably while your show was going on.
She traded me for a police scanner.
radio, man.
Her life would be so much easier if she'd just hop back to the show.
Dude, I'm telling you, anytime I call her and she's at the house, I'm like, "So what's going on?" And she's like, "Nothing. I'm going out to eat tonight with a 0129 And I'm like, "Hey, will you turn that thing down, you deaf woman? Turn it down. It's ridiculous. You can't have a conversation with her." And while they're talking, she immediately disassociates with what you're saying. She's got to hear, because she's one of these women will hear about a car wreck on Highway 11 out in front of her neighborhood, and she'll get in her car and drive up there and just rubberneck. The worst of the worst people, just rubbernecking, making see if anybody's dead, and she can go talk about something to her friends. Dude, it's the worst. Those things bring out the worst in people. Don't ever get one, because it turns you into a nosy bitch.
Is she going to be at this event
tomorrow? Yeah, she's going to be there.
Think she's going to bring the police scanner with her?
I don't know, man. She's probably going to be dying to know what's happening in Hoover. She doesn't have their frequency.
She just needs to make sure to watch her step this time around so she doesn't take another
Yeah, we don't
fall.
want another tumble.
She's literally called me before and said, "Did you just have a wreck in your truck with the Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile?" And I was like, "Mother, My vision is dog shit, but I think I could see a 45-foot wiener coming at me from anywhere.
I've been in that thing. It's pretty luxurious.
Well, somebody in a Dodge 2500 smashed one a couple years ago. She calls me all the time. David, did your chickens just get stolen? I was like, turn it off, Della. Jesus Christ. It's always a ridiculous, insane situation that involves something we own that's similar, you know?
That's wild. That's got to be exhausting.
It is for her. I mean,
For
she's
her.
a widow. She has nothing else to do but listen to that scanner.
Yeah,
It's
she
either
got-
that or argue politics on Facebook with somebody. You know?
Does she do that?
Of course. Well, she doesn't much anymore since she got the scanner. She's too busy driving all over town looking at deaths on the highway.
But
you
she's
know?
not posting and driving. You know?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm trying to get out of my phone, dude. I'm so terrible. I'm in my phone way too much.
Oh yeah, I think we all are. I mean, I get the extent of my phone use is like having to text people back, whether it's related to this or the radio or whatever, and then turning around and checking the numbers on these episodes or making sure we're posting little short videos and all that. It's
How
just
are our shorts
constant.
performing? Yes.
It's exhausting. I wish I could just hire somebody to do all that.
And I don't argue with people in comments, but because people will do that for you. If somebody says something outrageous and you're like, now that's bullshit, you could climb on there and do it. But if you just keep scrolling down, one of your people will be like,
Yeah, you
hey,
just
man,
give it a minute.
They'll get fucked up. They'll tell them. They do your fighting for you.
Yeah. One negative comment, and then you've got 10 people on top of you. That
The
are just
key
gonna
is
wear
to
you
play
out.
victim. Always
He
play
just
victim.
admitted to being a YouTube
That's
troll.
his life's work.
Damn it, I appreciate if you wouldn't talk about me and my community like that. Honestly.
No, it's like if someone says something derogatory to you, like I might put a little emoji.
I'll
with,
share it.
You know, like a little.
That's what you do, is share
their
it.
face, and then everybody comes
To your defense. Yeah.
So love them to the point where it's uncomfortable. Someone says something negative, tell them you love them.
All right, Tony Robbins. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, it's to make them uncomfortable. It messes
No,
with
I
them.
know. What you're saying. Yeah, for sure.
And he's good at making people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I just came across an old episode that we posted, and he's wearing the shirt, and it's he got it from Amazon or
Temu.
and it's got what would you call that? There's no shoulders to it. It just goes straight across all the way around like a dress would, like a prom dress. And he wore it for the entire podcast, and I'm like,
Well, I thought
that
it
makes-
looked good. That was during my Timo phase.
I said that
Or
makes
Temu
me
phase.
feel uncomfortable.
And I was looking. I said, "That's pretty cool."
Pull it up.
I'm gonna get that.
Pull
It
up
was
my
only
Facebook,
like $5.
Tony.
Is that the one where he didn't have the shoulders covered?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the. I was going through my mustache phase.
Yeah, and he had this thick mustache, like, you know, just porn star mustache, and he's dressed like a...
I thought it looked pretty good. I mean, nobody else agreed. No one
Yeah,
else.
you put it online, they'll tell you what you.
Okay,
Yeah,
where
just
am I-
click my name. Yeah, there you go. And then just scroll down.
Hey, there's Andrew on.
There it is,
the
right there. Play that video
Oh,
for him.
God. Yeah.
This is the
Oh,
moment.
that's what you call
A
blouse.
fashion statement. I'm reaching out to them.
I don't think unemployment is going very well for you.
Boy, it does not
Why?
look good on
I'm
you.
going to be honest. I don't know. I just this is...
Next thing you know, he's going to say he's going to sleep with 100 men in one day or something.
No.
Are you wearing this for the rest of the show?
I mean, I can.
I mean, I can't...
I mean, if you're uncomfortable.
well, yes, I am uncomfortable, and I can't stop staring at your shoulders.
Well, I know. I'd see. I mean, you know what? For an old guy, my shoulders look pretty good.
How long?
This is the last thing I expected, you know.
Really?
This is what happens when we take a week off and we come back to the studio.
wardrobe thing.
We've got to reach out. We've got to reach out to today's youth. And I'm willing to take the chance. Nobody else is. You're not.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
Nah.
I'm willing to take that chance. Plus, I mean, I wore it last night watching Christmas Vacation. So maybe employment might not be going too well for me.
Okay. So
It was a dark December. It really was.
I love life advice from the guy in the blouse.
yeah.
We need to
Nothing
reach
better.
out to our youth. How about you not? You don't need to be catching charges in that dress.
You need to stay away from the youth. Okay.
It's not
Stay
a
away
dress.
from the
It was a
Have you
top.
have you shown up in a kimono yet? Or what is that thing that Asian people wear?
Oh, it's kimono, isn't it?
Kimono. What is that? Komodo?
No,
That's a
I
dragon.
haven't.
Yeah, that is a dragon.
I haven't. That would be a...
But he's a reptile guy. He'd wear a dragon.
No, man.
I don't
just
know
wanna-
if he's a reptile guy. He had a turtle for what, 4 years?
Yeah, he got rid of his turtle.
He
Did you
didn't
know
even
that?
know the sex of his own turtle. He thought it was a man the whole time. It turns out it was a female.
I mean, and she, I'm not gonna,
He misgendered his turtle for years.
It's 2025. You
he's
better
like
not.
that big, and a family wanted one. I gave him the whole shebang. I said, take the 17.
You know what
all that.
You know what she wanted? She wanted to be in a lake closest to you. That's what she wanted. What is it? A red-eared sugar glider or whatever? Is that-
Red-eared sugar glider.
red-eared
That's it.
slider, red-eared slider,
Slider.
And then they had one.
Sugar glider.
And they had one. His name was Dinkle, and he was a tough little guy. And he was 15 years old. And then Felipe, I'm not calling her Lily. Felipe, it's like I got him in there. I'm like, okay, I'm done with it. This is great. And it turns out that one of the family's little kids caught Felipe and Diddle doing the deed. And I don't know how. I mean,
You haven't seen
So
you haven't seen turtles do the
so
deed?
she's pregnant. It's pregnant and got like eggs in the yard.
You've seen turtles do it.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. You want to talk about a funny video to
That's
play?
pretty good.
The way they mow.
Yeah, I just don't think
Birds
that.
looking at those turtles, being like, "God, they're getting more action than me." It's crazy.
It would have been a good experiment to take a video of the turtles doing it and put it up against the glass for Felipe and let him to,
See John? Why don't you put that on a shirt? That third image on the left, the white. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
That would be perfect for you to sell at shows.
Actually save that. I'm going to put that on the cover photo of this video. I actually am. Just right click it and save it. I need that for later.
All right.
That should be all your promo for acoustic gigs. Come see us. Come see us.
C-U-M. See us.
And I'm going to Photoshop John Bird on the back of that first turtle.
Riding it
Oh,
like
God.
Yeah.
No, God.
riding it like a horse.
Wait, go back. Hit videos. Let's see if these are infamous. I feel like that top one. Everybody's seen these videos.
And
by
it doesn't
now.
matter if you've seen this before. You're tuned in. You're watching again.
Damn.
He's got to get
Taking a
over
pounding.
the hump. He's not there yet. He's like, wake up, bitch.
Move up so I can get on
Kind
that.
of clumsy there.
I hope Bird's not getting PTSD right now.
I can't. I don't.
That's your baby.
Oh, God.
Look, you can see the uvula in the back of the throat. It looks like vagina lips, dude. That's crazy. Do a close up on that. Look at that. Like every woman.
She is not.
Every hot woman's like, I'll just lay here and take it. Look at him working his ass to death back there.
Oh.
Look at that.
Okay.
Look at the back of the throat, dude. It looks like a. Doesn't it? It's like a very mature
I'm
woman.
getting nauseous. This is so bad.
I can't wait for Bubba Arm to see
Dude,
this.
this is what my alarm is set up on my.
Is
on
it
my phone.
really?
Yeah, no, that would be great.
Oh yeah, I need to turn this into a ringtone.
I love the eye contact. Guys, again, I'm getting hard. If you could cut this.
Okay, got it. It's getting weird.
I don't know if y'all's big objective is to attract sponsors, but I don't know if this is doing it. All right, guys, time for our Blue Chew ad. Everybody, make sure that you. I mean, that needs to be playing in the background while you're.
Well, we've got one guy who does the sponsorships for Blue Chew at the station,
Yeah.
and their tagline at the end is "Chew it and do it." That's it.
Yeah.
Just chew it and do it. And I'm like, I could probably get more creative than that.
Yeah, but you don't want a pedophile to get a hold of that gum, to get a hold of that gum and start chewing it, and you're like, chew it and just think about it. Don't do it. You know? Guys, I'm sorry to go dark.
Oh, there's so much ED medicine out there. It's like if you were going to go that route, what do you pick? Which one do you go with?
You know,
Keep it traditional and go Viagra.
I feel like Blue Chew has sponsored every podcast I've listened to for the past, I don't know, 4 years, that I would be doing a disservice not to try them. But
Yeah. I don't know.
it's not getting hard. It's like they need to sell a gum that makes you last longer. You know, it makes you like not pop so quick. Anyway, hey guys, sorry. I forgot I was at a podcast. Sorry, that was my inner monologue. Sorry, guys.
And I had a story I was going to tell. I'm
Deep
not going to
thoughts.
tell it.
Yeah. Just let me sit out here in awkwardness. Thanks so much.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Well, do you want to give your thoughts out loud?
Well,
No, just let me go down this hole and look like an asshole creep to everybody.
I was being a little. No, it's not.
no, go ahead. You can't do that.
Yeah, we're
on a
on.
lark after I was divorced and everything. I tried a Viagra.
Uh-huh.
You know,
By yourself now?
and well, no, there was other person involved.
Okay. I
Who
thought
was-
you were just like, let's see if this shit works.
No, he took one too. So
You like cut one up and put it in your turtle's mouth. You're like, let's see what this thing does.
so we did a little sword play back and forth. No. I've actually on a lark got an injection.
Where do they inject it?
Yeah. Where do they inject it at?
No way.
Really?
What not?
You know how you do like this fine vein?
They get it and they like slap it on their palm?
Doesn't that create a little place where it?
No. It's just like where the vein is, and you put it in there, and I was
I mean,
after
when was
5 hours.
was this
ended up going
1970?
back.
What? I mean,
No. This
nobody's doing that now.
God, dude, you don't give us a heads up. That's
I'm so, when it comes on, I can't.
Okay, so anyway, it's lasted
you know
5
some
hours.
girls are like, pew, and then some guys are like, ah! It sounds like somebody an umpire striking somebody out in the major league. Yeah. There's got to be somewhere in between those two sneezes. I'm just a normal sneeze guy.
Oh,
Go ahead.
No, priapism is real, and you can have an erection that it lasts so long that it can split open.
Right, it just pops.
Look at his shot. Go back to him. Look at this posture.
God
Look at this dog
He's
shit
not-
posture of his, dude.
He's telling a great story, and he is off to the side and leaned
He's
back.
got 800 chins back there. It looks like, I mean, all right.
All right,
The whole theme of the episode was posture. Now go ahead.
No, but I ended up having to go back and get another shot for it to.
Oh yeah, they gave you a free one. You're like, you're paying for it now, like a drug dealer.
and it popped
Yeah.
open.
No. If you don't get it taken care of, you break your dick.
Now,
Break your dick.
I do know a guy that's broken his dick 3 times, twice.
Does it lean over? Does he have a lean over or a?
He's,
I don't
just
know
a
how
hard
close to
curve.
the action you thought I was, Bird, but
is it a hard curve?
I just have to take a gentleman's word at some point. You know, he told me he broke it twice, and like you can only break a dick while it's hard, but it means you're breaking some blood vessels. Obviously,
they don't
Was
they don't
the-
correct themselves. It
What
doesn't
was
get fixed.
the event?
the event
bet
was
I know what it
going
was.
like we're on a pod. Fuck it. He was like going as hard as he could, and it came out.
Yeah.
And on re-entry, it hit the area between.
No.
Right? And it just like boom, like And he said it was a pain that, I mean, I don't know what childbirth is like, but he was like, it's got to be in the ballpark of childbirth with no medicine.
Dang,
And it happened twice.
you gotta slow down, cuz.
Shout out Chris Miner if you're listening.
Chris, you have to slow down, buddy.
Oh, he's slowed down now. He couldn't have sex like that. If he,
Let's work on our accuracy instead of
But
our
it
speed.
might not always be someone's fault, because if according to the Kama Sutra, if you're doing some different positions,
so immersed into Asian culture.
you don't
So immersed.
you
dude.
don't
It's
have
crazy.
control. But since you don't have control in certain positions, you catch what I'm dropping.
Yeah.
You know, the up now, and then a whole body comes down.
He's book smart in sex. He's not street smart in sex, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
He's read all the books.
Let me tell you a little story here.
Look at this. Look at this posture. Hold on, we got to reset the cameras. Hold on a second, Bird. You decided to get up and sit like a normal human being.
Oh, I've lived my life, buddy. I've lived my life. I've lived my life. Damn it, I've lived my life. Oh, I got it on. Bang a gong.
We're gonna be looking at these YouTube comments like crazy, just for any kind of truth telling going on here.
Hey, now we do got to get out of here because we got to start our post show, our members only live show.
Oh, y'all need to sign up for it.
But for people that might want to go tomorrow night, which is April 30th,
Yeah.
what do they need to know about Hack and Forth?
It is inspired by the #1 live podcast in the world, Kill Tony. Obviously, when you watch the show, you'll be like, I see where they got this from. But we just move it along a little quicker. We're not going to spend 15 minutes interviewing a guy that started comedy last year because it doesn't have an interesting story. So we give you a longer set, 3-minute sets, and then we interview you for about the same amount of time, maybe 4 or 5.
cool.
If it's cooking, maybe 7, 8 minutes. If we get on a kick and it's really funny, we'll keep it rolling. But we run through 14 comics a night doing that. So it moves quick and it's fun. We keep it under 2 hours. So
$10 to get in?
$10 to get in.
Money back guarantee?
Unless you're listening to the show tomorrow, you might call in, get you a
Yeah.
free.
I'm going to give some free tickets away tomorrow.
Well, I am going to send it out, send something out on social media to my tens of followers to give them an opportunity.
He's going to move that needle.
Get in. Yes.
There'll be a bunch of Asian chicks showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Which
then-
means a great after party tomorrow night
Oh
after
my
the show.
gosh.
Be there,
Set
be
up a
square.
massage
It's at the
table
massage
out there.
parlor.
Yeah.
Tony Gump, you got in your social media.
I am David Lynham. Comedy Break-In is where you follow for all the comedy shows coming to Birmingham, Gadsden, New Orleans, wherever. We got a bunch of them coming.
Yeah, because the over the line people know you, but the Bubba Army does not know you, and Bubba Army's all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
So they need to follow you because you might end up in their town.
I am.
How cool would that be if you're in some other town and they're like, "Hey, I saw you on this podcast. I'm Bubba Army."
I've done Side Splitters in Tampa. I should have worn my damn shirt today, my Side Splitter shirt. I've done that Tampa Side Splitters. Going to be in Nashville May 22nd with Uncle Laser at Zany's.
Nice.
What else? May 2nd in this Friday in Montgomery. May
You're in
1st
our
in
job on
Huntsville.
Jam.
Yeah. Man, I've got a lot of new cities I'm going to. So yeah, follow me.
We'll obviously have you back on, and we'll promote.
Obviously, I'm going to be a new character on the show, guys. So get used to this lovely
There you
face.
go.
Tony Gump, you got final words?
Final words, David Lynham, thanks for coming by. It's always a pleasure. Laugh my ass off. Get plenty of water, meet sunlight, and sleep. Go to the comedy club tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And stay positive, everybody.
Do you want to give some final words?
Just
a bit of advice.
I don't care if you follow me, but please follow me.
Short, sweet, to the point.
John Bird, final words.
Yeah.
Posture, it's important.
Let's start with posture.
Actually, that was what I was going to start with. I didn't realize how bad my posture was. Normally, there's something I learned when I was in the marching band in high school, and it's very important that you do your shoulders up, back, and down. And you see how good the posture looks? I, of course, was doing this. Double chin. You know, it's all about presentation. And I've dropped the ball, and I want to apologize to everybody out there.
With my lazy eye.
I've got a lazy eye. I apologize to everybody, but David fucking lying.
Hey guys, I got my own. You all right?
Get plenty of eat meat and sunlight.
Raise hell, praise Dell, everybody.
All right, guys, we're out of here. Sign up for the members only deal, $4.99 a month. That ain't nothing, Cole. You can hang out with us live. Until next time, circle.